Do you want to watch XTV?
Check out XTV. Look out XTV. Watch out XTV. Freak out XTV. XTV. XTV.
Months ago, they told the market researchers they wanted an entirely new cut of pork, leg steaks.
Why would you want a bit of a wall in your watch? You dirty rat.
Roar! I would say that I'm looking at one of the kings of packing.
You'll notice a little bit of dust here on the dash.
Clementines are...
Hiking in lightning is exhilarating and frightening. Sandy foundations make shaky to scrapers enlightening. Once in a while, they'll tumble over. Once in a while, hiking in lightning will tighten your timing and terrify. A flash of illusion will temper confusion and nullify. Hiking in lightning. Hiking in lightning. Walking a tightrope in slippery flip-flops is harrowing. Like lying on hot coals or swimming in acid rain. Once in a while, topple over. Once in a while, tumble down. Hiking in lightning is exhilarating and frightening. Hiking in lightning is exhilarating and frightening. Hiking in lightning. Hiking in lightning. Hiking in lightning.
What kind of TV are you watching me on now?
What's the weirdest thing you've eaten?
A lychee.
You do know that, like, to normal people out there, like eating a lychee and other fruit isn't that weird.
Yeah, but they're like wrapped in tracing paper, aren't they? And it's like, oh, no, weird.
Using the neti pot can be as routine as brushing your teeth. It's easy.
Hi, we're the lovely eggs.
Welcome to our van. Let's start her up. Let's start her up, right? Watch this. Wait until that
The
orange
coil's
light
lit
goes.
up.
The weird. It's like a boing spring.
Yeah, it's a coil.
Going like a kitten. We're taking off. Yeehaw!
We're going to hit the runway system.
Beautiful.
So here we have the in-flight console. Plenty of chargers. There's 3 here and also another 2 here.
For your
So-
every touring need.
Yeah,
Whether you want to charge an iPad, a short lead kettle,
anything you want.
portable fridge, mobile phone.
It's a little bit tight in the front here, but 3 seats in the front, 3 seats behind. Nobody in there at the minute, you know.
I like to show you the contentious cup holder, which I fought for years and years and years, which is this thing here, made out of a piece of wood.
See, before it was just a tray, and I thought it's a useless tray. So I built this nice cup holder, but Holly's complained about it ever since. Said it's shoddy workmanship.
They cried and cried in the dark, under the dark sky.
So this is one of the rooms in my studio in Brighton, and I'm going to show you some of my stuff. When you're an artist, you just accumulate so much stuff because you make stuff and people send you stuff, and yeah, stuff piles up. So yeah, so much stuff in here. Some of it's art and some of it isn't. I guess this thing is pretty weird. This is called, I think he's called like the easel dog, and he's kind of like a draft excluder. And I made him, I can't really remember why I made him. He's like canvas stuffed with soft toy material, and he basically sat underneath the easel while I was painting for a while and got covered in paint. So I don't know whether he counts as art or not.
We deliver right to your door.
Holly,
Yeah.
what do you think about when you're rocking out?
Good question.
I mean, think about what you're going to drink after you've played, or what you're going to eat, or something like that.
You know, I don't really know what I think about when I'm rocking out. I think that's sort of part of the rock out, really, is to go into kind of like a zen-like state where I'm sort of thinking of really nothing. There is nothing apart from just intense noise and sort of rocking out. It's like a big black hole. So yeah, I don't think I do think of anything. What do you think of when you're playing drums?
What I'm going to drink afterwards.
Horn of plenty, take heed my wish. Grow, grow, and grow again. And furnish me with warnings.
Make it work.
Right, it's Griff's bag.
Griff! Griff! You've forgotten your bag.
Oh no. Hold on, I've got I happen to have a ball of string in my pocket. I could throw you down the ball of string and you could tie the carry bag to the string and then I could pull it up. Hope it doesn't get stuck in some trees or something.
All right.
Thank you.
We've erected a mirror at the front there.
And so
Now
we can
that's
see
a,
our lad in the
it's a
back.
rear view mirror, but not one that we can see out of the back of the van. It's just so we can say hello to whoever might be travelling with us on tour. So it's like David might be hung over in the back. Hello David, I salute you. How's it going? Are you getting through it okay?
Yeah, I'd probably normally have my sunglasses on by that point though, so you don't know if I'm awake or asleep.
Windscreen wipers?
Yeah, they still work.
Hiya Frankie. Hiya. How's it going? Hi Maxine. Janine. Hi Charlene. How are you? We're fine. And how's that gorgeous hunk of a boyfriend of yours? Carlo. Yeah. Mr. Megalish. Oh,
I have a pet heron, so I went and bought some food for the pet heron. And then I used the bag to place my 5 chosen items to be stranded on a mountain with a mountain is essentially a prison. So I thought it would be a great place to read the prison writings of Regis Debray. On the notes, it says he was probably the foremost living writer on Latin American politics and one of the world's most important Marxist theorists. And in '67, he was sentenced to 30 years imprisonment by the Bolivian regime for his association with Che Guevara. Weirdly, after being in prison and writing things, he actually worked, I think, for the Mitterrand government in France in the 1980s and got to apply some of his ideas. In any case, maybe it'd be good to imagine a better society whilst stranded on the mountain and maybe try and apply some ideas after going down from the prison-like environment of the mountain peak.
I'm Stuart Lee in a graveyard, and you're watching Eggs TV.
There's nothing new about germ warfare.
Birds can fly and we can't. It's just, well, a long, long time ago, feathered men walked the earth and smooth-skinned men flew. The smooth-skinned men looked just like you and me, except they had a flap of skin that connected their wrists and their ankles, just like a flying squirrel. They were simple-minded. They ate worms and made nests out of their own hair and lived in trees. The feathered men were highly intelligent. They made tools with their hands, used computers, and loved to look at the smooth-skinned men soaring in the air. And they often dreamt about flying in their dreams. One feathered man named Mr. Feather had his head hit really hard by a rock.
Tweet, tweet.
And he fell into a deep coma. In a state of coma, Mr. Feather would dream as hard as he could about flying. 10 years later, Mr. Feather still lay comatose. At this point, he had woven an intricate world in his mind where all feathered men flew and all smooth-skinned men walked the earth. The world that we currently know is nothing but Mr. Feather's dream. Let's hope he never snaps out of his coma.
Ooh, heavy.
What's your favourite TV show?
Eggs TV, without a shadow of a doubt.
And why is that?
The content is absolutely unbelievable. It's professionally made, it's well crafted, it's well founded. It's it's the best thing on TV.
And what's it called again?
Eggs TV.
So, here we go. Stonewall Post Office. That's the post office. We drop all our post off. When anyone buys anything from Eggland, that's where it goes. James in there, salt of the earth human being. Lovely guy. Pizza Margherita.
It's a good old pizza place. I've been there since 1979. And it was actually one of the brothers who invented Pizza Express. Where it was not the Pizza Express brother, it was the other one. So one had Pizza Express, the other had Pizza Margherita.
I'm Katie Puckrick, and I am a fume head. Now, people normally think of perfume as something you wear to comfort yourself, to exalt your appeal, to lure somebody into your personal space. But it can also be worn to provoke and to disturb. So let's smell 5 perfumes that are conceptual artworks that you can snort up your nose. Tyrannosaurus Rex from Zoologist. Now, Zoologist is a brand that celebrates the unique qualities of various interesting animals. There's a squid in the collection, there's a koala, there's a camel, there's a bee. Now, it doesn't literally smell like the animal, but it smells like different aspects or even just the kind of psychographic nature of the animal. In this case, this T-Rex has been messing around in an electrical fire, as far as I can tell. It's very dissonant, it's loud, it's noisy, it's angry, roar! It's coming to get you. It's smoky, it's very metallic. When it starts to relax, you realize, I guess there are some florals in there. This thing is jam-packed with florals. You smell champaca and jasmine, ylang-ylang, rose. But that is really subservient to the menace and the dissonance of this whole toothy, claw-covered creature with a very strong hide that is not going to be vulnerable to you going, ooh, no, don't touch me, don't hurt me. This thing's going to hurt you. Rawr.
That was interesting. Hello.
All right.
I'm watching telly.
Yeah, I just want a break for a bit. I'm just watching TV.
I was just watching some white noise, but you know.
Yeah, we'll see what's on with you.
Oh.
Hello?
It's Ian Mackaye. Hello.
Wow. Hi, Ian.
Hey, how are you?
Right, thank you.
We're good. And you're looking now at the king of the van pack, Mr. David Blackwell.
I would say that I'm looking at one of the kings of packing. I know many, and actually, I'm an excellent van packer. Fugazi, we were masters of it. We had so much gear, and we really thought about it. We even drew up diagrams to show exactly how it would be packed. Otherwise, you couldn't get everything in.
This is kind of Darth Vader with some eyes I made many years ago. It's an anatomical model of the human heart. It's a plaster maquette with a fourth plinth. This is like a kind of printing plate, a massive handprint of one of my hands that I made a big wall painting with one time. What else can I show you? Oh yeah, these things. I kind of acquired these a while ago. I like this fella's nose. I once stayed in a fancy hotel quite a number of years ago in Toronto, and there was one of these things on the bed, and it was by an artist called Seth Scriver. So I found out. So I sort of sought him out and bought some of these things from him. And yeah, they're sort of gathering dust.
The book. A book is like you and me, glued to a spine and doing its best.
XTV! I don't know why you've not made that for me.
Well, I used to really enjoy it at the start, and then I got really sick of them.
How do you do that then?
I can't remember.
Oh, come on, we're going to have to do it. Make
It's
it
like flour.
Wait a minute.
Make
Stop.
flour.
Let's just... Can you make this bit look professional, please? And do it like, and just say, David Blackwell's like rest of it, and then just do your pizza pan thing.
Well, but I can't... Right, so it was flour
Well, no, you have
water.
to do your introduction. You have to do David
David,
You know, like pretend there's music and that. Him upstairs will sort it out.
David Blackwell's pizza in a frying pan recipe, remembered slightly. Flour and water and maybe an egg. You put egg in, I don't know, you put that in flour to make base. Mix it up quickly, then you fry it. Fry the base, both sides. And then you put tomato sauce on it and then cheese. But yeah, it wouldn't be like proper tomato puree, it'd be something horrible, like tomato sauce. And then cheese. And then you just put that under the grill in the frying pan.
That's like a really proper chef's trick, that. Putting it under the grill in the frying pan.
Well, because you can't fry the top of food in a frying pan, can you? Otherwise you turn it over and wreck it.
Would it wreck it?
Yeah, but it was good for the time. Then it started becoming really horrible because I made so many of them.
Hi, I'm Dave Fridman, and you're listening to the superior sound quality of Eggs TV.
I also packed the portable keyboard to be stranded with on top of a mountain. I could use the time to write some songs, maybe just play other people's songs. And these kinds of keyboards are great because they, there's automated songs as well, so you can listen to other people's songs. Maybe I could use it as self-defense against birds of prey or eagles or vultures coming down to attack me. Be handy as a kind of...
You're watching XTV.
I would say a good pack is extremely important, not only for ease, just in terms of everything going in its right place, but also, and not only just for safety, to make sure things aren't flying around, but also if you have a really proper pack, then you know if you've forgotten something. That is central to any band that's on tour, to make sure you haven't forgotten something.
You are front row center for the best in movie entertainment.
So if you have a really tight pack, and I mean tight, not meaning filled, but tight in the sense that it's really well organized and designed, you'll see the hole where the amp is supposed to go, or the cymbal case, or whatever it is. That's crucial. There's nothing sadder than realizing the next day that you have left a piece of equipment, 100 miles or 200 miles back behind you. Well, there are sadder things.
We deliver right to your door.
Inside you will find a slotted spoon with several million holes. Drain it through. Be the pea juice down the drain.
You'll notice a little bit of dust here on the dash. And I don't really clean it as much as I would like to. Do you know what I mean? You see, I could write...
Clean me or something. What are you writing?
I could write Eggs TV in there.
Oh yeah. Green light.
In that dust right there, Eggs TV. When you rock and roll stars, you've not got time to clean, have you, David?
It's been a dusty month.
What have you been doing this week, David?
Well, I've been building up to this moment. I've sorted my shoes out.
Look at this bottle-nosed whale swaddled high up. What it hears is a refurb. It's another transition for him. A swimmer once, a dead swimmer, a kind of suspended puzzle, and then, wrapped up, everything around him is transformed. Creatures evacuated carefully as he stays behind for the blitz. A real-time time machine. Locked in. Drills. Sighs. Clunks. 2 by 2 the animals say goodbye through windows in specially made crates. A silence that only exhibits understand. You're a long time dead, the whale says, but nobody answers. I say, you're a long time dead. Yes, says another whale, also packed and hanging. You are a long time dead.
Stop talking,
says a smaller one.
This is ridiculous.
Packed bones waiting. The long evenings, a yelp and a belly laugh from the street, a revving taxi, street cleaners, and an early morning elderly cough.
Oh, I'd like to see that again, but on a Friday night, I think, next time.
Next, lean over the sink and tilt your head. Gently place the spout into the upper nostril. Keeping your mouth open, raise the handle of the neti pot so the solution enters the upper nostril and flows out through the lower nostril. If needed,
But what about the smell of an inside of a radio?
Come on, what does the inside of a radio smell like?
I'm not sure. It does smell of something though, definitely.
Eau de Parfum by Comme des Garçons is a perfume built around the idea of a saline drip bag that might hang next to your hospital bed after you've suffered a terrible accident. You're going to survive, don't worry. So perfumes normally have an element of the animalic in there. It gives them a little kind of sexy. This is the opposite of animalic. It is completely sterile, but it's not to say that completely sterile doesn't smell good. It has elements of, it actually smells a little plasticky in the way that like you remember at Christmas getting a new toy when you were a kid and it had this plastic wrapping outside the box and you pull it off and you even forget to play with the toy because the smell of the plastic is so nice. Or even shrink wrapped record albums. It's got that kind of smell. And it's also the smell of brown sticky tape. Now, when all of that weird plasticky artificiality calms down, it smells like musk, it smells like lilac, there's a little bit of iris in there, so it's very quiet, it's very calm, but it is the glamour of the antiseptic.
Peel back everything you've got for the magic onion.
Don't be bored. Call. Friends. What's the number now?
0891 20.
Eggs TV.
David, what is corn?
It's a big bunch of knobs.
It's not though. Wrong answer.
What is it?
It's a big lump of knobs.
Depend on the van, of course, but I mean, typically you would want to put your heaviest items in the middle of the van just for safety's sake. You don't want to have everything on the back end of the van, behind the wheels. So your amplifiers and cabinets, the things that are really substantial weight, you want to put those towards the middle, and then you want the lighter stuff towards the back. Again, you don't want to have drums or things that could be crushed under things. So you have to think about that. And you don't want things flying around. So it just depends, but it really depends on the structure. It's always about creative response and thoughtful navigation.
like Soleros, well, I wanted to tell you that I'd really like to try a froyo. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that you'd like to try a froyo with me. Well, I think maybe I'd like to experience a froyo on my own. I think maybe me looking at you and you looking at me across a froyo will put me off. I think what I'm trying to say is that I want my own froyo all to myself, and I don't want you to be there. It's over.
Snail shells that go crunch in the night.
Thinking it could be quite lonely on a mountain peak, stranded all alone in the snow. So he could bring a pet cat, but unlike a living cat, this animal wouldn't require any feeding. So he could just hang around and they could talk to it. And it'd be good for morale, I think. They could place it in the snow, recite the Regis de Bray's book to the cat, and yeah, I think it'd be really handy.
There's always shit in the sides of that stuff.
That's been used for something.
What is it? A
Paper clip. But it's unfolded out to be used for something.
Two miniature light bulbs.
They're not miniature, the car bulbs.
A piece of gaffer tape.
Handy.
A pin.
Another pin. There's obviously something I've been doing. I know what I've been doing. I've been trying, you know those things on the front where the water squirts out?
A dirty tissue.
That was probably to do with oil changing. My nose.
Those drain holes look interesting.
Right. Well, I suppose that's got to be it. Run out of time.
Slid down a rainbow and fell in the sewage works. Beautiful.
Thanks very much.
The launch is not the end of the story. The success of the new product.
So see if this is still here. Here we are.
That's in and complete. That stage can happen. And then that's what you see before the door
But that's
shut.
weird. Look, cab 2's there, and then it says cab 2 there.
Well, exactly. This is my
I
point.
think it was adapted slightly.
Your system doesn't work never. Look at this though. This is what you call your backdoor bingo, where all these places we've been. Leeds, Hull, Newcastle, we don't know. Leicester, Reading, London, Brighton, Ramsgate. Fully.
These were good though. These were
fully
like
metallic.
magnetic sheets. They were brilliant. I can't get them anymore. Just over in the pound shop.
After night of touring, look at that. Look at that. Bloody Bristol, Southampton, London, Derby, Ulverston, Lancaster, Manchester, all these gigs. Going nowhere. Been nowhere. Going nowhere.
Still nowhere.
Still nowhere. But you know, that's what it is. Van life on the road. Dogs in transit.